Okay, let's stop it for a second. Be very welcome once again to As Above, So Below. Hopefully my voice will sound a little bit better than the last 3 days, and I've caught a cold or some kind of, I don't know, some kind of cold, but it has been, since Friday a little bit difficult for me to talk and and speak about speak or just making just launching anything or talking about anything, because my heart has been focused on other issues. I guess these videos are being watched not only in Portugal but in other countries as well, and I think it's universal. We're watching so many shifts in ways of perceiving things and trying to learn from history. And I have been a little bit emotional, and as I told you, I've been focused on other things. Right now, we have so many things going on over here in Portugal. We have teachers that are fighting for their rights, people on the streets fighting for animals' rights, and we have so many people trying to get on the same stage and telling their own stories. I think this is all about the rising of Aquarius right now, and well, we're only 1 year away. I'm getting a little bit of goosebumps. It's cold, but I know once again it's not the cold. So I'm going to do another video about humanity and astrology and the divinatory arts, in general, because I think it's really important to talk about why this is in first place so important to me and should be important to other people as well. I'm not trying to create any kind of following or cult. I'm completely against it. I think the good thing about sharing these things is for other people to do things on their own and feel that they are in a group without being attached to anything in specific, if they don't want to. Okay, because this is not religion, as I told you before. Divinatory arts is not religion. So for me it's the art of using our own intuition through narrative and arts. That's why I consider this arts. Okay, so with all this being said, I've started this video with Heart of Gold by the one and only Neil Young, and I was just looking into his chart because he's a Scorpio. He's the Scorpio sun. He's a Scorpio sun rising. He has this kind of very mysterious energy about him, with this Venus in the beginning in the first degrees of Scorpio. But come on, this guy has a south node in Capricorn. So I'm guessing that the way that the world is working or has worked into his life for him to feel anything and moving from that south node in Capricorn into the north node in Cancer is to feel something in a very intense way, and hence the several things he has in Scorpio, in Sagittarius. He has an Aquarius moon, okay, but he has his midheaven, his vertex, his Pluto, his Mars in Leo. So that's why I chose this song, because this Sunday we're going to have a full moon in Leo. Leo is all about the hearts. That's why I carry a heart full of flowers every single day. I every week. I decided since 2 years ago to start this because I think it's a muscle, and it's a very important part of the anatomy and of my anatomy, and I think everyone's, but I'm looking at, you know, my path and way of perceiving things. And just like I was talking to another fellow mystic yesterday, Susanna, a kiss to you, Susanna, if you're listening. It's very compelling and interesting how everything fits together when you look into a chart of someone, because a chart is not the past, it's not the future, it's not the present, it's everything combined into one. It's your essence and the potential and the things you have to work with. It's your tools. A chart is a personal tools. So when I discovered when I was a kid that I was going to have a heart surgery because it could be fatal for me. I have a scar in here. I had surgery when I was 8 years old. I'm trying to figure out if I have anything in here to show you guys. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. And I'm back. I was trying to remind where I've put it, and well, I've been interested in astrology and numerology since I was a child, and I started studying when I was a kid, really. And for me to know that my south node was in the 5th house was very important, because when we have a south node in 5th house, you usually have to detach from the drama, you have to detach from the heartbreak, you have to be more rational. And it all fits perfectly together. You know, I have my south node in Libra in the 5th house, and if you have a south node in Leo or in the 5th house, it means that you were really egoic, real self-centered, really dramatic, creative, seductive, and you have arrived in his existence with a creative message to give to other people, but you have to acknowledge that and be less connected to your own emotions and more connected to the emotions of others. So when I started, I've done until, you know, I'm only 35 years old. I'm still a child because, well, we're all grains of dust, actually. But we have learned so much, but, you know, still we have so many things to do, you know, until we disappear. And the thing that I've learned for myself is that until I disappear, I want to share things with people. So since I was 8 years old and I had this surgery, I decided that my life would be in carpe diem mode. I'm a little bit emotional, I'm sorry. This will be in carpe diem mode, for real. And so everything that is connected to me directly, I want to think, okay? I want to think directly. So I already told this story several times. When I was in the United States as a foreign exchange student, I felt really lonely, but I found owner of an old bookshop, and he lended me and offered me some books from the Beat Generation. And I've started there, you know, with 16 years old, reading to Burroughs and Kerouac and Gregory Corso and so many others. And I figured out when I came back that, you know, even not being in this area, because I was in an art school, but I decided that I would become a psychologist, and I majored in psychology and educational psychology. I decided that I wanted to think indirectly, not only to that man, but because, you know, I forgot his name. He told me once only. And so he's still the guy that, you know, gave me all those books and told me, well, if you feel far away from home, I have these guys. I have a couple of books that will make you company, because these guys were always far from home. Particularly one, Neil Cassidy, he didn't have a home either. and they always felt they were always, traveling, and they were trying to find their own selves through their traveling, just like Rimbaud and so many other amazing artists they were inspired by. So I figured out then, even in psychology, because I still never, I never had formal education in photography or cinema or any other art. I decided I will make, my first book would be an homage to the Beat Generation. So the cover of the book was a human heart. A human heart. This was a pig's heart, don't worry, okay? I bought, I decided to get a pig's heart, and a typewriter of a friend of mine that she was really, really, really tolerant, of my of my enterprise, because this got all messed up. But this is symptomatic of that's beautiful poem by Allen Ginsberg, with the absolute heart of the poem of life, butchered of their own bodies, good to eat for 1,000 years. And I think that is the price to pay when you sacrifice sometimes your happiness for a little bit of clear minds and a peace of mind, and see things clearly. Okay, that's the ace of swords. See things clearly. So this was my way to thank, and the first person that I offered this book was to my cardiologist. So figure that out. So I think that's the deal. So we're going to have a full moon in Leo. I'm talking about the heart. So what the fuck? I'm sorry. I started, from the end and not from the beginning. In astrology, there are several parts that are ruled by that have a particular in physical astrology, and we only study the rising the rising sign, but you have so many other elements connecting to your body. And there are several parts of our body that are connected to elements and planets and houses. So, for instance, Pisces, they're so connected to the feet. The Aries, it's the first one, it's the head. So sometimes when we have some transits or squares in our own charts, we should invest in this kind of knowledge, because you understand a lot where the tension comes from. And sometimes it's nevertheless it's information about your own body. Okay, so Aries is the head, Taurus is the throat, Gemini the lungs and your breathing system. We have Cancer, it's the breasts. Leo is the heart. Okay, Leo is the heart, and I could go on. The Libra, you have kidneys. Scorpio is the genitalia. Well, you have several things that but we're going to focus on the heart, and the heart is symbolized for me in tarot deck by strength, and the strength is a woman, and that card it speaks volumes in my head, and that's why I was so attached from the beginning to the Hermetic Tarot and the Rider-Waite Tarot, because these numbers are very significant for me, the number 8 and the number 11, because they're all they're going they show up, and they have the way to show up in very particular and important parts of my life, just like they were signs. Okay, and the strength usually is switched with in the Marseille Tarot is switched with the card of justice. So justice usually in the Rider-Waite Tarot is the number 11, and strength is number 8. Okay, and justice as well is really important for me, because justice it's Libra, and Libra it's my south node. And when you connect the 5th house of Leo and Libra in the south node, it's just like these 2 cards are the things I have to work through, and that is the connection, the romance, the indulgence, all those things. So when we have this strength is, for me, is try to open. It's not only opening the lion's mouth. It's just not, opening that everything's going to be fine, cross fingers, and that is delivering a certain amount of trust in yourself that through love you're going to make things happen. Even if you feel that you're being betrayed or being robbed in some way, or you feeling resentful because you perceive that you gave more than you received. I think there are certain times that you receive more from others, but you don't deliver back. Okay, and it's all fair. Perhaps it wasn't fair for the other person, but it was fair to you because you didn't receive the amount of love and attention that you should have been receiving from other end. It's just like that song from Björk, All Is Full of Love, that she mentions on the lyrics. Maybe not from the directions you have poured yours. Okay, maybe not at at the directions that you are staring at, and that is the balance of justice. So for me, the 8th card and the 11th card, they are so connected, because the 11th it's number 2. It sums up in a 2. It's balance. It's balancing the 2 cups, the 2 people. It's temperance as well. And you have number 8, that's Saturn in karma. And so for me, it's a way of looking at things. And a full moon in Leo, it's all about expressing your feelings, to try to fill in first place your own cup, to try to, even if you're searching for a heart of gold, you have to search your own, in the first place, and deal with the things you have to learn, even if you're overly sentimental, perhaps dramatic, or full on creative, and you live for your creations, or you're trying to connect with others. And first you have to fill your own cup. You have to feel your source and try to balance your own feelings. And then even if you try to refrain those feelings, if you feel that you have so much to give, just give. Do not feel compelled to refrain those feelings. Do not feel a fool by not being, because one thing is you to invest full and try to build something. If there's someone that doesn't meet that energy, just leave. But by all means, if you're just sharing knowledge, if you're sharing love, a kiss, a compliment, that it's not going to hurt anybody. It's just going to fuel more energy. That's why, for me, I decided, and I create things to thank other people, to acknowledge other people, to pay a tribute to something that it's important for me. And that's the way that we keep the wheel spinning. Just like III.After said once in a lifetime on an interview, she said something really, really beautiful, because between her and her fans, we have to keep the wheel spinning. And since she said that, I was I was 17, 18, and I listened to that, and I was okay. So this is the wheel of fortune, and it's keep spinning and feeding on the love that others give us. It's not retaining that love, it's giving away and invest, because eventually there's, even if you're not seeing it's, or if you're not guessing that someone is going to invest or pour love into you, that eventually will happen, because if you're giving, you are also taking. Okay, so let's talk about this full moon today. I already made the predictions in Portuguese in my podcast for this week until the 5th February. So happy in bulk to everybody. We're entering that, the last phase of winter, and it's that energy, that Piscean energy, that something is ending, and a dream, and you are more connected to your dreams, and you're becoming more, more, vulnerable to your feelings. It's, it's the ice melting. For me, when we talk about the Piscean month, February until March gives already a sense of strength of being reborn, but Pisces, it's letting something die and be still and making amends and being peaceful, and and being generous with ourselves and others. Is it's renewal. Okay, so Pisces is all about connecting to spirituality, connecting to ourselves. So this full moon in Leo, I think it gives us strength to be ourselves and to share our feelings with other people. Okay, so when people say, well, Leo and Pisces don't have anything in common, well, I have to tell you otherwise, because no, it was not. No. Okay, well, when I was in US, I met a Leo. He was so self-centered, but I learned in the really early stage that people are connected to drama or trauma, but Leo and Pisces are so creative, and they indulge themselves, when they're in each other company. They indulge in, I think, in certain dreams, because Pisces is amazing audience, and Leo really likes the intention, and they can get very creative with each other. So with my South Node in the 5th house, I attracted a lot of Leo people when I was young, and I find them funny and creative. It's amazing to think, back in the day, the kind of people that I attracted, because I didn't know the amount of information that I know today, but it's still amusing. So today I attract more people that are connected to my North Node. I attracted more people that, are connected to my Moon and my Venus. This is Scorpio, Capricorns, of course, Sagittarius, of course, my 7th house, and Aries, that's my North Node. And nevertheless, the last one, but nevertheless, there are so many around me, Aquarius as well. So that's it. Let's follow here the narrative, the things already written. I have here a kind of shop list connected to this full moon in Leo. So I was telling you that in my perspective, this full moon in, we are almost leaving to the Piscean, to the Piscean, and begins in, in the 18th or 19th of February. But still, we are still under the Aquarius energy that's electric, that, talks volumes about equality and humanism, and about having equality, and just let people be. It's all about letting people be themselves, So when we have Leo, that's all about me and individuality and honor and hearts. They complete each other, because you already know, they are the opposite signs. So when we have this sun in Aquarius and the full moon in Leo, it's a tool that is offered by the universe for us to pour our feelings, to be honest and honor our identities. So for me, when we have this full moon, and besides that, it's not only honoring who you are, it's being honest, without any kind of fear. And we really need that somehow. Okay. So besides, Pluto is going to be in Aquarius, Saturn is leaving Aquarius into Pisces, so we're going to be confronted by some things that are up in the air, and then to start again with Saturn in Aries later, okay? A couple of years from now. So I'm going to do something that I usually don't do like this, because usually I choose a card, but I decided to do something a little bit more creative this time. So we're going to start with Leo. This moon is going to fall on your first house. Oh, I was forgetting here. This week it's going to be almost smooth sailing, but when we hit Friday, from Friday to Sunday, expect turbulence. We're going to have Sun square Uranus. We're going to have in the full moon, the moon square Uranus as well. And we're going to have Venus square Mars, between Friday and between Thursday and Sunday. So that's it. I think almost everyone is going to have a revelation of some sort, or we're going to feel this way. Well, fuck it. Be it. I just want to be myself. It's the energy that we carry with this full moon in Leo. It's just fuck it. I just I drop everything. I just want to be myself. I just want to write my heart out. I just want to reveal who I truly am. It's not be myself without any kind of fear. So that's it. It's just be it, okay? To honor your own heart of gold. So let's see. I'm going to choose a card for you, Leo. This is going to first fall in your first house. So I'm going to choose a card for you, and it's Dilettante. I'm going to read it, the light and the shadow attributes. And I'm going to choose another card from this oracle. Woo! And I have air. Very good. And I'm going to choose from this surrealist deck from just a second. The Magician. So we have the air, the Magician, we have the Fool in the base of the deck. This is this is a lot of Aquarian energy, and it's beautiful to see because this is the first house. This is Aries energy as well. So we have the Magician for you guys. We have air. So the number 63 could be significant for you, 1 or 0. And we have delight attributes, delights in the arts without having to be a professional, just so you are exploring. If it's your first house, perhaps you're going to start something. You're going to start a project, a love affair, I don't know. But this is more connected to yourself because number 1 is individuality, okay? So alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So if you start something, finish it, please. Shadow attribute pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. So I think the message here in this full moon is if you start something for yourself, a project or something for yourself, please do finish because you are manifesting a change. Okay, this is so amazing because we have the infinity. We have infinity symbol over here. That's the same that it's over the top of the head of the woman in the strength card. So we have air, and here perhaps Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius will be significant for you. Okay, so this is for you, dear. I'm not going to shuffle all over again. I'm going to put this aside. So the next one, we have Virgo, and this is going to fall on your 12th house. So you're going to be really connected to your own spirituality, your own vulnerability, your own dreams. And even if you work, as a healer, this is an amazing time, but also, try to refrain for, doing too much work. So we have Gambler in here. I'm just going to shuffle these really quick. Just a second, please. I'm still a little bit, sorry. So we have Queen of Cups. Beautiful. And the Four of Wands. I think this was the card that I chose to you guys. If it was not this, I think was this, because, just, staying at home, connect to your own self, or being really deeply connected to something that you just really love. And we have grief. There's something perhaps you're going to lose to something better, or you're trying to, forget something. I think you're digesting your own dreams and feelings. Perhaps, I don't know if there's someone that's really important for you, because Queen of Cups usually is connected to Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And the Gambler, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. So you're following your intuition. This is just beautiful, guys. The 11th house. Shadow attributes, relying on luck rather than hard work. So perhaps you have to do some hard work on something, but do please rest, because the 12th house is quite tiresome. Perhaps when we try to sleep, we cannot sleep because we have so many intense action during sleep. We are dealing with so many memories and trying to digest so many things, and perhaps we wake up a little bit tired, or we felt that we didn't rest that what we should have rested, so perhaps you are losing something, a part of yourself, or making amends with something, but you're following your intuition. These are 3 heavy cards connected to intuition. Okay, so the next one, we're going to talk about Libra. And Libra, this moon is going to fall on your 11th house. Okay, let's see. For Libra, Child Divine, lovely. Let's see what happens. And I was telling this deck, I'm sorry, is from Los Carabeo. Came up to me now. Ooh, we have André Breton in here. Dadaism and Surrealism 101. Just love it. And we have this, just like I told you, we have the Le Mariage Céleste, Heavenly Matrimony. Good. But I don't think this is the deal. I think you're going to have an amazing week, because you're going to be connected to a collective of people that want to create the same things as you. Because, watch this, Child Divine, you know that the 5th house and Leo is all connected to children. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, light attributes, innocence, purity, and redemption, suggests a special connection with the divine. Shadow attribute, inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Be open to others, but take care of yourself. Okay, the other card is the Knight of Swords. To be clear, to be objective as well, as good as you can, because when we're starting the week with the moon in Gemini, this could be a little bit foggy, or not being clear as we wanted to. So use your words wisely, because this week is going to bring a revolution in your life. This is quite special. Okay, So because the 11th house is all about the collective, but your card is like a mixed between both worlds, the 11th house of the collective and the 5th house of, connecting with your own innocence. And in the base of the deck, you have Ace of Wands. So this is a new creative starts. This is a new creative starts after a really painful ending in your life. We have the 10 of Swords with Gala in here. Yeah, she was a painful character. And we have the World, Saturn. So you're going to feel relieved that something ended, or it's not, you're not longer connected to a certain energy. So we're going to moving over to Scorpio, the 10th house. Let's talk about the 10th house, shall we? I figured out you're getting very well on your job, your work, because the 10th house, perhaps you're going to be recognized by your creativity. Perhaps people are going to notice that you're being more creative, or you created something yet you're going to share. Whoa, you have pioneer, just fell. This just fell. You have pioneer, servant, and shapeshifter. So perhaps I feel that you had quite an evolution. You made some work on yourself, and you have the pioneer. So this is Capricorn, Aries, and Scorpio all put together. The light attribute is passion for doing and creating what has not been done before, okay? And the shadow attribute is compulsive need to keep moving on. So when you try to, create or be overly creative, or not stop working, just, calm it a little bit and just enjoy what you have just created. Let's see. One card for you guys. And we have Judgment. You are waking other people, okay? You're waking up other people. This is marvelous. Perhaps you felt that, you were fighting alone for this dream. You're fighting for this. And now we have Le Monde Mineral and the Conqueror. You were fighting for this tooth and nail. And perhaps you're going to, I don't know, perhaps you're going to receive a message of some sort, or, get to a stage on your career, on your work, or even, your creative work with yourself, that you're going to feel recognized, okay? People are going to recognize your work. Well done, job. Well done, Scorpio. Now, the next one is Sagittarius. And this is falling on your, what just happened? On your 9th house, and we have Alchemist. The cards is just popping from the deck. Knight of, yes, just a knight. Light attributes: loyalty, romance, chivalry, a love of honor, and the shadow attributes is allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle. Romantic delusions. Just like I told you guys this week, I think you are in between of choosing between two people or two paths or something. And, I think you have a Knight of Cups in your life. I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. A Knight of Cups or a Knight of Wands. And you have the Alchemist in here. Perhaps you're connected to someone as Aquarius or Pisces. Well, we have a prince in here and an engineer. You're dwelling, you're trying to decide between an engineer and a prince. Perhaps one has more money than the other, but the other one has brains. I don't know. It's funny. So perhaps you're the knight. Perhaps you're conquering people. But you're being fair. I don't know. Perhaps you fell in love with someone you just, try, have fun with. I don't know. Let's see what happens, because this is in the 9th house. You are on your own element, okay? So let's see. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Yes, you're being quite, Ace of Wands again. You're being quite, you're being demanding, with the people that you connect right now. This is a very energetic, well, someone was, buzzing for, I don't know, Jesus. Don't disturb the birds and the bees. They are coming during springtime. We have the choice. I could not make this shit up. The choice. We have the choice between two paths. And we have the Cupids. Perhaps you have, how many Cupids? We have 3. Are these 3 people in your life, or are you between a love triangle of some sort? This wanted to come as well. 72, elevation, and number 9 is going to be important for you. And we have the arts. So you may be an artist, or you're going to create something during this time. But this is so funny because you're really trying to decide between 2 or 3 connections, or you are this girl or boy, you're this feminine or masculine energy between this entanglement. How do you say? We have to ask Will Smith or something. Entanglement? Okay. Entanglement. Well, yeah. You are at the crossroad. You have to make a choice during this full moon, and you're going to make it. Okay? So we're going to move into Capricorn. So Capricorn, this is going to be deep. You already perhaps are feeling this depthness of feeling or intimacy with someone, or karma, because this is it's going to hit your 8th house of passion and sexuality and death and rebirth. Let's see what happens with you guys. Let's pick a card. Exorcist. Okay, we have the Exorcist. Okay, so this is freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses and shadow attribute fear of facing your own demons. So perhaps you're you're fearful of facing some demons or something that's already passed. I've seen some things, since Pluto hit Capricorn, that parts of yourself just, they died, and perhaps someone of your family died, and you had to, make amends with that. And you're trying to keep up with yourself. And perhaps you're doing this exorcist job. You're freeing yourself, and you are freeing others at the time that you're freeing yourself. You're becoming more comfortable with your skin. You're doing some sort of job that is healing in some sort to other people. So, good job. Let's see, we have rescuer. So you're an exorcist and a rescuer. Let's see the next one. On to the next one. Let's see. King of Cups. Okay, you are in your feelings about something or someone, but you're dealing as well perhaps with a sense of loss, of not having, the financial stability that you wanted, because we have the 5 of Pentacles, but that is about to change. But first you have to heal and perhaps spend a little bit more time with yourself at home or with your family, because you're locked up inside your head. Look at this. After this one, we have the 5 of Wands. So this is conflict after conflict, and perhaps you're in a conflict about your, private life. We have the 2 of Cups in here with the Page of Cups and the Empress. Oh, and we have Strength. The cards, that I was talking about, Strength and the Sun. And I think you are, dealing with some things from your past, okay? You're trying still, make sense of things that happened. You're feeling lost, and that you cannot, offer something, not even your energy. You're trying, you're functioning, at the minimum, the bare minimum. So let's see, one card for you guys. La Fidélité. This is l'Oracle Bleu. Faithfulness. 46. So we have 8, we have 46. That sums to 1. I think seeing the Emperor over there and the 2 of Chalices or Cups, whatever you want to call it, and the King of Cups over here, I think you're doing this job with yourself. I think you're trying to free yourself. You see, you have this man's open chest is trying to, dear Capricorn, you're trying to liberate yourself from some, heavy feelings, but there are some feelings that, belong to someone or to a place, or even in the past. I think you have to figure out a way to to find a home for them, writing or talking about them, because I think we have illusion and we have fidelity in here and lust. I think, I don't know if there's something that you're trying to decide between two people, or someone hurt you in the past, so you are too afraid to commit in the future. Perhaps you have someone that you love, but you're afraid that this person is going to hurt you. So you're dealing with some parts of yourself that you have to transform if you want to move forward. Okay, rescuer, we have healer, and we have visionary, but also student. So, and after student we have king. So it's so funny because the rescuer, it provides strength to others, but when he assumes that he has to rescue, he keeps the rescue one needy. Okay, so perhaps you had this kind of dependent, you were on the toxic relationship, you were dependent, or the other person was dependent. You're feeling that you were afraid to become dependent, or and or there's something in here about the limits and the capacity for you to heal from the past and accept the future with someone. Okay, I think this is connected with family and a relationship. Okay, an emotional relationship, a romantic relationship. So moving over to Aquarius, this is going to hit on your 7th house. Lovely. Just like Capricorn, I think because Capricorn is dealing with trying to figure out and become an exorcist with the things they are fearing and they are thinking about and feeling, and they are doing so through creativity, perhaps. Woo! We have Aquarius. I don't think this was concerning Capricorn or Aquarius because I haven't announced it yet, but we have victim and prostitute in here for Aquarius. Whew. Let's see if this falls over again. We have goddess and femme fatale over the prostitute and victim. Calm down. Okay, so Aquarius. Let's see for Aquarius. First I'm going to finish. Capricorn is dealing with intimacy and fidelity and their own demons. Aquarius is going to feel connected with other people. They're going to feel that they have to manage some sort of balance to become more of themselves, but in connection to other people and being being at ease with others, because Aquarius is all about freedom and it's all about letting other people be. That when we are talking about intimacy, it's a little bit more tricky for Aquarius. So now, besides the prostitute and the victim, and I think that was more connected to Capricorn because the 8th house is all about sexuality and so we have king for Aquarius. We have king and child nature. So the king says enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. Whoops! And we have the Ace of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. Beautiful. Excessive feelings of entitlement and rulership without restraint. So we have to balance those things. Not being too over demanding, to try to, create this amazing balance between your feelings, your desires, and have it another go, because the Ace of Pentacles, I don't know if you're going to start building a relationship with someone, or this is going to be, it's going to feel like a brand new thing, because we have the 3 of Wands and you're looking into that egg in the past, and the present egg is the Ace of Pentacles. So the 3 of Wands is, is waiting for things to settle in, to look into the past and see, well, I made this happen. It was, it was meant for me. Oh my gosh. Woohoo! I'm really under the weather right here. Card for you. Le Monde Infondré. So, I think you had the last couple of months, because, you know, the last month, most things fell on your 12th house. You were trying to follow in the sense of self. With the new moon, you found clarity. Right now, it's time for you to feel that you can, you know, not only have clarity, but you can share your feelings as well. It's a little bit deep for Aquarius. Sometimes it's difficult. I'm going to just Le Mariage Céleste. Okay. Sometimes we have water in here and the city and the vegetable world and voyages. I think, yeah, when we have a man in here. So I feel that usually Aquarius, you're not comfortable with emotions, even if you have this moon, you know, in Leo. Usually Aquarius, they are really right to the point. They don't like drama. They see everyone as, you know, special. They are quite humanitarians, you know. They're really they're forward thinking people. They don't have time for drama. But I'm seeing something, you know, like a discussion or an argument of some sorts inside of a relationship, or you revealing your true feelings for someone with this Aquarius in here. Yeah. So, moving over, I'm going to give it a go to Pisces. Well, Pisces, I'm a Pisces myself, you already know. Let's see what happens. We have this is going to fall on our 6th house. So 6th house it is. It's well-being. It's, you know, feeling comfortable. It's health. It's work as well. It's a routine. So we have Prince over here. Is someone going to propose to you? Or you are this prince or this princess. So romantic charm and potential for power. Shadow attribute using power for self-aggrandizement. So Pisces and myself, we have to look out for this. We have Child Eternal. This is so funny, Child Eternal. So be more mature about your intentions and the things that are offered to you. Because even if you're being recognized by something, because, you know, in here Scorpio and Pisces are connected to work in this full moon, the 10th house and the 6th house. Just, you know, acknowledge that potential and the power that you have, and use it in a very, whoops, we have the Tower in here. This is Mars. Just a second. 4 of Wands. Is this a revelation of some sort? Because we have the Page of Wands in here. Perhaps someone is going to offer you something, or you're going to begin a new chapter in here. Because, come on, we have the Tower, and the Tower, sometimes it's not the ending of something, it's desire that was not, you know, expressed. And we have 2 cards in here. We have the Solicitor, and we have the present, the cadeau, le cadeau. The present is someone is going to offer you something. Are you going to feel more serene and at ease with yourself? Might be. I don't know. I'm going to take these 2 and put them over here. So I think you're going to be quite creative with your day-to-day life. Mainly if you have kids at home. Because Leo, it's all about kids and children and innocence and creativity. So having the Tower in here, this is Mars with the Prince. Romantic charm, potential for power. I don't know. Perhaps there's a revelation along the way. Might be. I don't know. Perhaps the revelation is unto yourself. Perhaps the revelation is inside of your home, or a discussion of some sort, something that breaks and starts all over again. And, you know, you... I don't know, you apologize yourself, or someone apologizes to you and offers you something, because we have a present here, guys. Perhaps you're going to receive a kind of present or a good news. I don't know. Let's see. Or, I don't know, become pregnant. It's weird. So we have the destroyer in here and the thief. Perhaps you're going, and the artist and the judge. Perhaps you're going to, or you're going to reveal yourself to someone, or someone is going to reveal to you. Because the next one, that's Aries, they are connected to something similar to this, okay? So Aries, this is going to fall on your 5th house, okay? So Pisces, before moving over to Aries, I think in here, Pisces, you're going to take care of yourself in first place and let things get to you. Because this is a time we are on the verge of our soul, or of our solar return, I'm sorry. And the things that we are, acknowledging certain things in our life, getting better in certain things in our life, and trying to connect the dots and leave the things that are not, they're not, connecting to with our energy behind. So connect to yourself, take care of yourself. Perhaps you're going to offer something for yourself. Perhaps you're going to find peace, because the solicitor for me is not just like justice, it's like karma, receiving good karma, or karma is making some people in your life abandon your space and energy. But your energy is prince, or you're going to meet a prince or princess, or you are this own prince and princess, and you have so much to give to other people, okay? So the next one is Aries, and this moon is going to fall on your 5th house, and we have bully. Just like I told you, this doesn't, I'm not, scared, or I'm not surprised. We have femme fatale in here, we have bully, because there are some people who are trying to poke at you, they're trying to test you in some way, and I think there's going to be a revelation during this full moon, a discussion, something, or a secret that's going to be revealed, okay? That's what I was talking concerning Pisces. 8 of Cups, something is going to abandon. We have the 6 of Wands over there. Perhaps you are going to, abandon something, because the 8 of Cups is Saturn in Pisces. This could start, this could be, a kind of an easy sensation, and then you go after your decision during the 7th March, okay? Because that's when, Saturn, and we have La Nuit. This is so dark. We have the concurrence, and we have the young man. So this is a very heavy, dark energy. I don't know if we have someone that, bullying you or testing your limits, but if it is, just like I told you, during this week, you just use your 6 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords is a card from Tarot that says you move to calmer waters. You do not fight, you do not start an argument with anyone, you just, move into calmer waters. So we have bully in here, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront inner fears that bully you, and the shadow attribute that conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So I don't know if you're leaving something that, or if you're passing through a dark night of the soul and you are getting a little bit, heavy, because this is, you're going to conquer this, okay? Perhaps this is in your work, because we have the 3 of Pentacles in here. But these are 2 really heavy masculine energies. If this is not someone that is trying to start an argument or has any problem with you, is yourself that is, fighting against yourself, and you're leaving certain parts of yourself behind. But I'm feeling someone has a very masculine energy, could be a man or a woman or anyone in between, but this is a very defying energy, very, very aggressive energy. Or you could be this person, but you seeing the evolution, and perhaps you're not liking what you see, and you are leaving something behind. Just one more card. The Chariot. Yeah, you're leaving something behind. Someone in your life behind, or some part of yourself behind that you do not like. Okay? You do not like this. Okay? So, moving over to Taurus. This falls on your 4th house. Let's see what happens. Gemini, Taurus, you are really connected to your home during this full moon. I think you're going to be very clear-minded about the energy, the type of the way that you want to apply this energy into your work and your home. We have Midas and Miser in here, and light attributes, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. And the shadow attributes is hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Perhaps you have, you had this kind of, because Taurus is all about hoarding money and other stuff. I guess you're right, and we have advocate in here. Perhaps you are going pretty well in your work and home, and the things that, the message that I'm getting in here, the message that I'm getting in here is that you're going to now continue to be very successful, even 20 years from now. So don't worry about, sharing. We have the 7 of Wands and the Moon. So you're dealing with certain kind of obstacles, but we have the Ace of Wands and the 5 of Cups. Your fear is to become empty if you share anything with, everyone. We have the Lovers. We have to make a choice in here. If you want to go through with something that is concerning your family, is if you share an information, is if you're opening the gates of your communication, because this is all about creativity. Perhaps this is the choice of, having a kid. I don't know, because this is Leo, and Leo is connected to a birth of a child, deciding to have children, to launch a project. There's some kind of, fear because of some obstacles in here, but every time that you say, well, let's go, you become a little bit empty because, okay, I had to invest money, or I'm feeling a little bit lonely and perhaps I should have done better. Don't second guess, just go forward, because, this has all, all the capacity to work. Okay, and this full moon is going to hit you hard in the sector of your family. Okay, perhaps people are not understanding what you're doing. Perhaps you want to, perhaps you're going to isolate a little bit, trying to, I don't know, decorate yourself or your home, because your body is your home. And we have illusion in here and intrigues. I think you are concerned about the past. It's like, well, I'm doing a great job, but if this comes to be the same thing as the past, I'm not prepared for this. You have intrigues, the benevolence, and sacrifice. Just like if you are going to be successful, you have to sacrifice something. If you're going to be honest or creative, you have to sacrifice something for someone. Do not compromise yourself ever. Okay, so moving forward. For Gemini, let's see what we're going to listen here. So Gemini, we have, this is going to fall on your 3rd house. You already know that Mars is still in Gemini, so the 9 of Swords. So the Warrior, light attributes, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Shadow attributes, treading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. I don't think you're indifferent. I just think you're all up in your head, because this is going to fall on your 3rd house, and your 3rd house is your house. Okay, so you're going to be in your emotions, and you're going to be in your head at the same time. It's going to be very tricky, because you're the whole combo. You're just this person that has this real ability to be quite emotional and rational at the same time, which is strange for most people, okay? Even if you're a mutable sign, just like Sagittarius, Virgo, or Pisces, you're going to understand this energy, but other people won't, okay? So the sun is under a fixed sun sign, that is Aquarius. So you're going to need to perhaps sacrifice some parts of yourself to carry on, and be more focused on what you want, not, trying to see, well, I want to follow this and this and this and this. Well, you have to be focused on one thing at a time, okay? Three of Cups, there you go, 333, 333. And the King of Swords, we're going to need focus and resilience with the Queen of Pentacles. So already know you're going to fight for love, creativity. I don't think it's love. It's about the love of your life. That the things that the path and the mission that you're following. Okay, you're going to need this resilience because I think you want to move something. We have the commerce. The trade, and the attachment. So attachment it is. I think you are trying to figure out what you're going to do inside a relationship. Perhaps you're going to reunite with someone. Perhaps you're going to become friends. But I think you're going to be very focused. You'll have to be very focused. You're going to be a little bit unstable because of this Mars, but focused, nevertheless, very focused on, your path in life. That's it. And dealing with attachment of some sort. Perhaps there's a relationship they're still attached to. That's important to you, but you're going to follow through. So the next one, the last but not the least, we have Cancer sun sign. And let's see what is going to happen. We have the Monk Nun. I was almost figuring this out because this is going to fall on your second house. We have Don Juan in here. I think you're trying to isolate yourself from, these mundane pleasures. No, I'm just kidding. It's not like that because this is going to fall on your second house and you're going to indulge. I don't know if the indulgence is going to be on sex or chocolate, but either way, both are marvelous, okay? So let's see. We have the Devil. I was talking about indulgence, not sin. I'm just kidding. And the Ace of Wands again. Well, I think you're going to have someone over your house, but be careful because this is a Don Juan or kind of a femme fatale, because the Monk Nun says selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. So you're going to feel connected to yourself and to your intuition, but the shadow attributes its negative judgment of the physical world excess pity. So I don't know if you're trying to connect with something or a philosophical view to attract someone in your life, okay? Because we have the Devil in here. This is Capricorn energy. Or you're trying to come up with the idea, because this is all about conquering. This is about conquering. Have the Ten of Swords. Well, if you have something that has to be dealt with, a relationship or someone, you have to end this and let it go, because we have something else on the other side, okay? On the other side. Connect with yourself. Be aware of yourself, okay? Do not fall into the trap of judgment of others or self-pity, or that's it. It's not even, it's not selfless devotion. You have to be devoted in first place to yourself, and then if you want to, you have others. We have Le Monde Animal, we have Sacrifice, here we are, Sacrifice, and we have Perturbation with Autumn card in here, and the Desert. I think you're making too much excuses to continue dealing with someone that is a little bit toxic, okay? That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this revelation, this falling, this is on the second house. I think you're indulging too much on someone or something, okay? And you already know this. okay? Or perhaps you're using a certain type of power to attract someone, that you know it's not good for you, but you're doing it anyway. We have damsel in here, trying to attract someone. Well, I hope this is not that kind of scenario that usually Pisces gets in. It's all, I want to save you, you want to save me, something like that. Because we have the devil in here. So we have the codependence. We have codependence of some sort. It could be related to money, to a home, to a person. It could be related to addiction. So we have any addiction. It could be, I don't know, sugar, drugs, any kind of, alcohol, other stuff, whatever it is, attachment of some sort to your home, a father, a mother, sister, anything. You have to deal with that. You have really to deal with that, okay? So, yeah. You will have to deal with this thing. Yep. I think you're going to feel really fertile, and you're going to feel that you want to attract someone into your life. But I'm going to take a card for this devil because this is bothering me. I'm sorry. Well, this flew over. We have seven of Pentacles. This has been for quite a while. If this is not a Capricorn, be very careful because it's another, this is someone that's watching you. Perhaps there's a lack of, financial stability. Perhaps yours. Well, I see two sides of the narrative. I think you are, trying to leave a home, but you cannot because you don't have money. Or someone is watching you for a long time, but do not make a move into trying to attract them, but you already know they're no good. And the other thing is you're trying to deal from some wounds that are connected to your own mother. And if it's not this, please do not impregnate from someone that, that it's not good for you, just, to catch them inside your web. Because we have the Ace of Cups in here, and we have the King of Pentacles. So this is the father and the Ace of Cups. Usually it's the birth of a baby, usually a female, a little girl. And we have the Queen of Cups in here and Strength. So if you have a very, very heavy connection with someone for several years and this hasn't worked out because this person does not reveal feelings, and you're doing whole work and you feeling that you're sacrificing your well-being for this, note that this is not, because we have this Venus in here, the second house. There's so much more. The second house is about, taking care of yourself. Okay, it takes time taking care of yourself. Watch, take time to gather information and, be connected to yourself, because the devil in here with the monk nun, it's not a good thing. If this was, okay, indulge yourself and, be free to feel human, because the devil, it's not only a bad thing. This is a part of a tarot chart, because the devil was in the first place a divine being. He was an angel, and then he he made amends and decided that he didn't make amends, he was expelled, but he decided he wanted to become human, to feel and indulge in every kind of sin that we have here on earth. So he has a part that is very devious, mainly, well, it depends on, other cards are, evolving and they are connecting to this one. But when we have spirituality and we have the devil in here, signifies that we have someone that is pretty karmic on your side, and perhaps it's draining money or energy, and please do not do that. Okay, so this is when we have a full moon, usually is connected to the birth of something, the revelation of something. This is the high peak, okay, of a moon. It's the full moon, and this is the high peak of a moon that is connected to the sun. So when we are connected to a a high point of emotion that is connected to our ego, we have to reveal ourselves. That's our duty. We have to reveal ourselves and take care of yourselves. And there's another information, a piece of information that I would like to give you, because of this whole instability that we're going to feel, because people are going to get, really fired up. Everyone is going to, feel comfortable or in the urge of revealing themselves. That is going to be a revelation, not only individually, but in the collective. So people are going to clash among the, between each other. The thing that I'm saying here, that I wanted to say in last, but not the least, is that Ceres, it's a considered dwarf planet, is going to be retrograde from the full moon onwards. And Ceres usually mentions the importance, you have to check that on your astral chart, but it mentions the importance of being nourished. It's connected to family. So if you had felt that, in the last couple of months you didn't have, or you weren't available to nourish your family and to nourish yourself, because you were, the first place you were born into a family, even if they took care of you or not. It's a part of your information, of your soul. In a way or another, we all manifest our families to learn something from them, okay? That is connected to our roots and the things that we want to reflect on and evolve from, because home is comfort, extreme comfort, or extreme discomfort, and both have different messages to teach. For instance, I was completely super comfortable in my home, and so I felt, sorry, this is what 5% battery, don't worry. So I had to move from that. There are people who have to move from the extreme discomfort. Sometimes they have to make amends with, the past of their family, and to start one. And sometimes they have to dedicate more time to work, and that's a sign in their own life. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed it, this reading. I'm doing this, and today is the 31st of January. I will not have the time to make readings until the last of the week. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Many kisses to you guys. Over and out.